Breaking news. P2B finally calls for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the DSS custody. Here the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 29th of June 2024, and I have a breaking information for every one of you listening to me right now from where you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. P2B, the leader of obedience of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, has finally called for the immediate release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't want to talk too much. I just want to read directly from the Zoo Media, the Daily Post. And according to their title, they said, Obi decries insecurity in Nigeria, calls for release of Kanu, other detainees. Anyways, let me be sincere. I haven't read this very, update in full, because this very news just landed on our news desk right now. In fact, it is not even up to 10 minutes as at the time of filing this very report. So let us read in details that we may be able to get the full gist. According to them, they said, presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 election, P2B, has lamented the level of insecurity in Nigeria, calling for the release of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, other freedom fighters and NSAS protesters still being detained. Obi, who spoke to journalists on Saturday morning in Onitsha, called on leaders to double their effort in providing security for citizens, saying that if nothing was done, the country may become a failed nation. They are still lying to themselves. The zoo is a failed nation, and not even the propaganda of P2B can, convince the world or to change the minds of the world not to understand the reality on ground, that the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, is a failed nation, not will become. There is nothing like will become a failed nation, because it has already become a failed nation. And moreover, it has nothing to do with nation. It has already become a failed contraption called the Zoological Republic. Now, he said, the primary work of government is the security of lives and property. It is the foundation on which people can live in any nation, because no one can stay in an insecure place. Okay, now. It is worrisome what is happening in Nigeria with the news of spyings, abductions, and others, which has made Nigeria one of the most insecure places on the surface of the earth. In fact, it is leading to a failed nation. I thank government for their efforts so far, but there is need to do more, and all leaders must come together to join hands and fight this. In the southeast, there is need for the governors to come together to be able to tackle this. Even on economic agenda, I want to see the Southeast governors work closely more. We want to see them come together and also bring together other groups in the zone. Giving his views on the continued detention of Kanu, Obi said, I don't see any reason for his continued detention. Let me take it again, because this is the man. This is the reason why I'm recording this very news. I don't care about whatever he says outside this very statement, because this is the reason why I'm recording this very news. All of you following this very platform know very well that I don't care about the comments of P2B. He has been saying all manner of rubbish all this while. I have never for one day reported his comments or whatever he does, because he is among the problems we have today as a people, as Biafrans, or as Ndibo even in Anambra State. They are those that we called ọghọm bụ uru ndị nze, and ya dị mma bụ uru ndị nze. Peter Obi is, if not number one, is among the top 2, 3, or 5 people that has caused pains in the lives of our people as it stands today in ala Igbo gburugburu. If you still want more reasons, I will tell you, because Peter Obi is the direct replacement of Nnamdi Kanu in Igbo land today. If you are listening to me from afar, if you are from any other tribe in the zoo and you are among Gobi idiots, you may not understand what I'm talking about. But every Igbo man that wants Biafra will understand me better. Peter Obi is the direct replacement of Nnamdi Kanu in Igbo today. So he is our number one problem. Every Igbo man that wants freedom from the zoo knows Peter Obi as the number one problem of Igbo. He can pretend as he can go to the north, go do everything he wants, go and commission mosque or whatsoever. It's none of our business. What we know is that in Igbo land today, Peter Obi remains our number. And he is the one that opened the eyes of every idiot you see today parading themselves as governors in our land, that you can buy an Igbo youth. You can send an Igbo youth to judgment without facing justice. It's Peter Obi. Peter Obi started it. He is the one that showed Hope Uzodinma what he's doing today. Peter Obi showed Devil Mai what he did. Peter Obi showed Ikwikwi Obiano what he did. Peter Obi showed Soludo what he's doing today. Peter Obi showed all of them that yes, you can actually buy any Igbo youth that there talks about Biafra without you facing justice. It started with Peter Obi, so we can't forget it, and he is going to face justice. He himself will face justice at the appropriate time. Now, he said, giving his view on the continued detention of Kanu, Obi said, I don't see any reason of his continued detention, especially as the court has granted him bail. Government must obey the court. He said, rule of law is an intricate asset that we must cherish and live with. I use this opportunity to plead with government to ensure that all those who are in similar conditions are released and discussed with. We are in democracy and we should not be doing things that are arbitrary and not within the law. Okay now. Speaking about protests in Kenya and if he supports Nigerians to do the same, the former governor said, I am against riot or destruction of government assets and property because it is still scarce resources that we are going to use to repair them. But I am not against peaceful protest. You are not against peaceful protest, but there was a peaceful protest in 2020. Yet they were acquired and sent to judgment, sent to their early grave by the terrorists in uniform who are happy trigger massacred innocent youths of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Those that they told us that they are the future of tomorrow, that they are the leaders of tomorrow. They were holding green, white, green flag, singing national anthem, while the soldiers, the terrorists in military uniform sent by Tinubu, the current president of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, Obodochukwu Buruano, they went to Lekki and other parts of the zoo and massacred innocent youths, sent them to their early grave. God in heaven will never forgive the entity called the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. There is no amount, nothing. You can never savage the Zoological Republic because the crime and the evil that they have committed against the youths, against the poor, against the innocent youths of the land, they can never be forgiven. Never. They said, peaceful protest is allowed, but it must be for a reason and not personal interest of some people to satisfy a particular interest. It must be properly articulated and properly directed. I recall when people said that they were protesting police brutality, and I said to them, no, let's rather deal with the leadership. If we have good leaders, their agents can be bad. The problem is leadership. If the leaders are competent, have the capacity and do the right thing, their agents will follow their examples. I want to use this opportunity to say that all those who are being held because of one protest or the other should be released, whether it is freedom fighters, NSAS protesters, or even because of freedom of speech. Be it journalists, let them all be released immediately. We are a democratic country and people have right under the constitution to express themselves freely. They also have right to peacefully protest and we must listen to them. We must listen to those who say they are not happy. That is why it is a democratic nation. We should stop acting dictatorial and behave as if this is not a democratic country. I know we are in a state capture, but then we should act in a manner that shows some decency. And Asro Fulani Oyibo. Another Asro Fulani Oyibo, I can assure you. On whether there are plans for him to join other politicians to form a major party to oust the All Progressive Congress APC, Obi said he had no such plans. I will rather say that I am more particular on how the poor Nigerian can fit today. I will rather talk about things that are affecting Nigerians today. We politicians are preoccupied by election, and that is not what I am after. I am talking about how do we reduce the price of food. Our people are dying of hunger. How do we make life more conducive for the poor Nigerian? Or do we make our people to earn more money? How do we pull people out of poverty? That should be our concern and not forming a merger. Okay, now, are you telling me? Obi, are you telling me? Am I there with you? Am I a politician? Mad people everywhere. He said, but if forming major party is to be able to provide all these things that I have illustrated, then I am all for it. Hey, that is it. That is it. So you see the way they eat. These people, politicians, these people are so cunning. These people are so cunning and wicked. You know what? They always think that everybody is gullible. They always believe that everyone is gullible. But they never knew that there are people who can reason, outside the box, even better than the way they reason. They asked him about merger. Remember where the question came, all the way from the top. He first of all dodged the question. He told you his concern is for the poor, how the poor will feed, how Nigerians will have a better salary, better this and better that. And he came back at the very end and told you, but if from politicians, these people are so cunning. He came back and said at the very end of his comment, he said, but if forming major party is to be able to provide all these things I have illustrated, then I am in for it. So that means Peter Obi is not just planning. Peter Obi has concluded in going back to PDP or whichever party. In fact, leaving Labour Party. Of course, we all know that they are Konakon and they are political harlots. That is who they are. Now, he said, but if it is for state capture, so that you can take power and continue with the consumption that we see today, I will say no. But if it is to move it to production, then I say yes. So when he finally goes back to PDP or join some members of Labour Party with PDP, because when you talk about merger, it is people coming together. There is nothing like party. Party is like air. There is nothing like party. Party is just a name. It's just air. You can't see it. Party is people. It's all about people. People make up party. There's nothing like party. So when he brings some people who follow him or who work with him from Labour Party and goes back to PDP, then you call it a merger, and he'll be telling you then we have come here to bring production into the Zoological Republic. Mad people everywhere. You think say we know wise, Abby? You think say we don't get brain? Mad people everywhere. Now, I don't want to analyze anything. The question that I'm asking you listening to me right now is, has Peter Obi finally comes to terms and realize that the zoo cannot work? Is he now beginning to rethink? That is my question. Please, if you think so, let me know in the comment section. Or is he trying to use the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to buy some favor from the Igbo? Or is he ashamed to stand up and say that others are talking about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if I no put mouth now, it go be like say, person like me, it go be like say, So let me just shook him. Let me just put him inside there, make it be like say I've been left behind. Is that the case? Is that the case? Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you, my people. To salo no Mazi and make it go viral.